Now it's it's about 1 o'clock in the morning my time, um, and here in Louisiana. Just had a really fun night tonight. Big shout out to uh, Nathaniel Ruffajans and Eric and Darren from Nintendo Prime. I was able to be on their podcast earlier, about an hour or so ago, and I really was an awesome experience. I've never done that before, and I hope to be on another one. So we talked about various things about Nintendo Switch and its sales, the new Nintendo Labo or Labo, a lot of fun stuff. So I'm really glad that I was able to be on there and that they invited me. I thought that it was fun, that it was pretty awesome. So looking forward to prime things happening, bigger and better things happening over time. So tonight I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy 3. This was originally on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And I think, let me see if I have a way to select it. No, I want to go back. Hold on. Go back. Hold up. See if I can reset it. A second. There we go. There should be a way for me to go to menu. There's a manuals. Okay, so I literally would have to pull up a manual from the internet in order to show you the manual. That's crazy, but this game was originally released as Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo. We know it as Final Fantasy 6. So hopefully anybody that will watch this, they'll know that I did not name it wrong. I'll just simply put it for Super NES, SNES Classic, where it is Final Fantasy 6 now, but at the time it was Final Fantasy 3. So anyway, I'm going to get started. Old school game, y'all. I love this game. This is my favorite out the whole series, other than probably, let's see, probably I don't want to say 15, because 15 is its own thing, but I'll say it like this. For all of the Nintendo era ones, this was my favorite. Yes, it was the last one that we got, but this is my favorite one. For the PlayStation era, probably from Final Fantasy 7 through, I believe, 12, because 13 came out on multi-platform, and 11 was only on PC and PS2. For the PlayStation era, it was probably 10. Because I love 7. I know people may don't like me for that, but I like 7 and everything. But 7, I beat it. I played it. That was revolutionary for me at the time back in 97. But when you look at it now, the game is so clunky. It's just, it just doesn't, look very good. You're playing it now. But with the remake, hopefully they're coming out with, it'll look a lot better. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I'll talk as I go along and play. Oh, here, cool. Check this out. Super Nintendo Classic controller. It is wired. It's no wireless one. I saw GameStop had on sale earlier today another Super Nintendo Classic that was bundled with a wireless, officially licensed wireless Super Nintendo controller. But I already got one of these things, and I'm not trying to buy another one again. I'm good. Maybe as a gift to somebody or to a friend or whatever, but I'm not buying another one of these. I have enough stuff to play and to show y'all over time. Fun thing that you may want to look forward to in the future, as I'm waiting for so I can actually begin playing the game, is I have a PlayStation 3 Fat, that can play the old school PlayStation 2 games. And I really wanted to play Growl Lancer. So, unfortunately, I can't play it because I have to get another kind of capture card or get a splitter. But that's coming in the future. Anyway, here we go. It's the beginning of this wonderfulness known as Final Fantasy 3 or Tres. There's the town. That's Vic's talking. Hard to believe an Esper has been found intact there 1,000 years after the War of the Magi. Think it's still alive? Probably, judging from the urgency of our orders. And this woman, this sorcerer, why is she here? I heard she fried 50 of our Magitech armored soldiers in under 3 minutes. Not to worry, the slave crown on her head robs her of all conscious thought. She'll follow orders. We'll approach from the east. Move out. Boom, 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 boom. I'm jumping ahead of myself because I love this song that's about to play. Alright, so this is a good place to talk. So, Final Fantasy 3, tell you my experiences about this game. I remember when my father was still alive and around, God rest his soul, my dad got mad at me because I played this game too much. I was living in New Jersey at the time, and it was over, I want to say a summertime or a holiday or something like that. You know, as a kid, you don't think about bills or anything because you don't have to worry about none of that stuff because your parents take care of everything. But I went to Blockbuster, which is, you know, defunct now because of Netflix and other reasons. But I went to Blockbuster and I literally reserved the game every time that I checked it out. And the clerk at the time, the cashier, he got to the point where he didn't even have to even ask me anymore every time I went to return it. He was like, oh, well, we already had this reserved for you again, so you can just, you know, come and just, you know, pick it up or whatever. But thank God for Blockbuster because I was able to play this game. Now, I never beat this game. I've got to Kefka's Tower at the very end, but I didn't have all the characters. I think I didn't have Locke. I didn't have what's the name? I didn't have Go-Go because I've seen some videos of people getting Go-Go. He's like in that little worm thing or whatever. I didn't get him. And also I didn't get there was one other character. I didn't get Shadow because Shadow, if you don't and I've done this part before, so I know what to do. At the floating continent, if you don't wait for him, he will not be with you when in the unbalanced world. So yeah, that's kind of one of them things. But hold on, did I start the game? Wait a second. Are you serious? Okay, that's fine. I don't want to start a brand new game because we have to go through all that stuff again. So I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna start right here, and this is not too bad because you haven't. Yeah, okay. Where I'm at right now, you haven't missed anything at all. Like literally, it was them going into Narish, and then I'm about to fight a boss anyway. So this is perfect. I can get past all of that introduction stuff. Let me heal real quick. Let's see. Right now, you don't know her name, but you will find out. I'll handle this. Stand back, Vic says. Boom. Bust down the door. It's like Black Friday, y'all, like in Walmart. I'm just busting down this door. It's a door buster. Guard, we won't hand over the Esper. Welk, get them. I wonder now if people got the word whelp. Because a lot of people say instead of saying well, they say whelp. If they got the word whelp from Welk. I don't know. Hold back. Think back to our briefing. Think back to our briefing. What about it? Do you recall hearing about a monster that eats lightning and stores energy in its shell? Right, so whatever you do, don't attack the shell. Alright already. I want to say that with this boss, no matter how many times I played this game, the opening part, I've always hit the shell. And they say not to hit the shell. And that's because the active time battle is set up so where you can't you can't really anticipate what the and see. I'm gonna do it again. Darn it! Look at this crap. Oh well. 100% every time. Let me just get ready to heal because he's about to hit somebody. There you go. He's probably gonna die. Okay, no, he's not dead yet. That's good. See, what I need to do, what I should have did, just be patient and just wait. All good things come to those that wait. So, all right. Now he's about to come back out of his shell again. There you go. Good old turn-based RPG, man. This game. This was not my first one that I played. Was it? I'm trying to remember. I want to say I played Final Fantasy 2 first. I don't remember. It's been such a long time. I mean, I'm 32 years old now, so I don't remember that far back. But I want to say it's either a tie. It's either 3 or 2 is the first probably RPG that I played first. Then I got into Phantasy Star, which is so good, so good. And I will definitely think about that. I'll definitely have to record that too, because that's another really, really good one. And probably I'm only going to do 4 because I don't have the patience to play the old ones. I love playing retro games, but I can't do 2. It's just it's too slow for me. I can do 4 all day long though. All right, let's see. The random encounter rate is pretty high. I don't recall it being that high in the original versions. I mean, this is just an emulated version of the original game. But let's see. This is the Frozen Esper. Try talk. Hey, what's the matter? Do you know something we don't? So I just have to say this real quick. Why is it that, like, I don't know if the translation is just bad or whatever, but why? This is so funny. Why is it that when you have a curiosity for something, you're like, oh, okay, it's glowing. It's just something that you know that we don't? Really? The frozen creature begin emitting an eerie light. Look at them. They're like, what's this? Where's that light coming from? Wow. Hey, Wedge, where are you? What's happening? Also, Vix and Wedge are a duo that in Final Fantasy, I believe from this one, from 6, they've been in every game, I think, since that time. That may be partially true. I know they were in 8 with Squall and all them, and they may have been in some of the other ones, but anyway, I think that that they're a staple to the series, just like Chocobos are. I just completely passed up Vargas. Grab an elixir, see what's at this door. Door's locked. Right now I still have no name. And just look at this real quick. I mean, I need to change this though. Change the window. That's your color. Yeah, there you go. I would do that, but that's just too much. I can barely even see it with all the chocobos on there. That's the classic blue. I'm not in the unbalanced world yet, so I will do something green. There's like a green one. Yeah, that's more like Chrono Trigger style, so I can do that. That's cool. Alright. Where am I? Whoa, I only just removed the crown. Head hurts. Easy. This is a slave crown. The others had complete control over you while you were wearing it. I can't remember a thing. Don't worry. It'll all come back to you in time, that is. A mysterious young woman controlled by the Empire and born with a gift of magic. Terra. One thing that these games did back in the past, I'm not changing her name to something else, but I'll at least have it underscored instead of everything being capitalized. I guess they did that to emphasize the importance of the characters. My name is Terra. Oh man, impressive. I've never heard of anyone recovering this fast. Open up. Give us back the girl in the Empire's Magitech armor. Open this door. We want that girl. She's an officer of the Empire. Empire? Magitech armor? Look, I have to get you out of here. I don't have time to explain. Over here. Not yet. I want to see what they're going to say. Open this door. We want that girl. She's an officer of the Empire. Now they say the same thing. Make your way out through the mines. I'll keep these brutes occupied. Cool. So, the cover art for... Oh, sorry, she's up there. The cover art for Final Fantasy III is Mog. He's like standing on a sword or whatever like that. And, you know, and that's, you know, you're about to see some Moogles coming up soon, but I really love the Japanese version of the cover art because it's Terra on the Magitech armor, and she's kind of like, you know, riding the Magitech armor or whatever, and it's over like a little Narsh backdrop, and I really like that in comparison to the US box art. I think that US box art, especially like the old school Mega Man, I think it was Mega Man 1, is notorious for, you know, just bad box art. Just bad box art in general. Alright, that's save point. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and get these treasure chests. Phoenix down. Even like the translations, like, you know, if you play the games on iOS or Android devices now, like on your phone, because you can play all of the original Final Fantasies all the way up through, I believe 6 on Android iOS devices. I think on PC you can only play the 7, 8, and 9, but Phoenix Down was just spelled F-I-N-X, while as once 7 came to be about, Phoenix Down was translated as if it was actual Phoenix. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Just interesting. Terra gained a level. Good. Okay, I don't think I can get through here from what I remember. Okay, yeah, that's right. I think that's a place to where the Moogles are, from what I remember. Got her. Uh-oh. And if it was, you know, 2000 and whatever now, if it was 2001 or whatever now, it'd be this major, big, long cutscene, voice acting. They're going for like 15, 20 minutes about her just falling down a thing. But, you know, back here, this is like the glory days of RPGs, man. You know, my sweet little magic user, with this slave crown, I practically own you. Kefka's the all-time villain. He is so good. Awesome, awesome, awesome villain. And the laugh. You can't hear it now. I was like, fire beam. Good. Burn up everything. Interesting. We see Kefka first. Everybody at this point know Kefka's like a pre-Sephiroth or whatever, but you know, you see him first as the villain before anyone else. You know, we stand on the brink of a major breakthrough. This is Gestalt talking. In the days to come, we'll witness a total revival of magic. It is our destiny and ours alone to take this mystic force and claim what is rightfully ours. With our newfound power, nothing can stand in our way. Hooray! Long live Emperor Gestalt. I remember when I first played this game, I thought that he was like the main bad guy, but you look at what happened on the floating island, you know, eventually when I get there, you know, it's, as the old song says, it's not necessarily so. This is probably my favorite character in this game. Took you long enough. How goes the robbing and plundering trade? It's like, what? Treasure hunter and trail-worn traveler searching the world over for relics of the past. Locke. Why is the name Locke? Well, keep watching. You'll find out. Let's see. I prefer the term treasure hunting. High semantic nonsense. That's a huge difference. Anyway, were you the one who sent it for me? Yeah, there's a girl I'd like you to meet. This better not have anything to do with that Magitech riding Imperial witch. Imperial troops are pursuing her even as we speak. This town is no match for the Empire. Our independence can only be assured if we join forces with the Returners, an underground resistance movement. That girl wasn't responsible for our actions. We must get her to understand our dilemma. Alright, I think we better help her. Agreed. Make your way first to Figaro and talk to the king. Now we got you. Wonderful. There's a whole bunch of them. Kupo. Moogles, are you saying you want to help me? Kupo. Use us to save Terra from the guards. Need more information? Yes. You'll fight using 3 different groups. Press the Y button to switch between them. Your job is to defeat the commander of the guards before his men reach Terra. Save her or else. I love how these old games have these quick tutorials. They don't have to go into, you know, a gigantic long cutscene and, you know, just to try to tell you what a mechanic is. And that's probably because the nature of, you know, games now, I mean, they're just so much more complex than these old school ones. But I just love that. I hope that, you know, that's why I like Breath of the Wild, Zelda, you know, other than teaching you how to use your initial stuff, it just instantaneously just drops you right into it. And I love that. There's no long open tutorial level or backstory and all this other nonsense. 21 points. Master the new dance. I got Mog, I forgot. Trick 2 with Mog is to I'm going to show you in just a moment after I get through some of these fights, is to make sure that you unequipped him before Locke goes to fight the little general guy, because you can use his weapons and I believe his armor too. I think mainly his weapon though, to be able to use on for Edgar coming up. That's another character coming up. Points. Yay. Alright, I'm trying to get to you so that Terra don't get snatched up. Kyushu, Kirin, Kuru, and Kamog. That is hilarious. Love these names. Good, good, good. I need to heal on this one. I'm like really low on health on Cuckoo. Let me do Margo do his dance. And give this, hopefully if he doesn't die. There you go, good. Cave in. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna take him out with this group. For the enemy character, Lobo is a recurring enemy. I remember seeing him in, I believe, Final Fantasy 13, or some variants of him. You know, some of the enemies are a continuation of the ones back from the series infancy. And I like that. Oh, I gotta move him out of the way? Okay, hold on. Let's see, do I need to heal? I'm in perfect health right now. And we can take this guy out. Oh, that boss music. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so one of my characters is stopped, unfortunately, but I should be able to do a little something, something. Oh, shucks, I forgot to unequip Mog. Let me see if I can run away. I can't run away. Don't worry about it. I forgot to do that, so if it beats me, then I can, you know, try again. Stole Mithril now. Thought he was gonna do a desperation attack, but that's okay. Thanks, Moogles. We're in your debt. I think this Switch will... Uh-oh, talking about that Nintendo Switch again. I'm telling you. It's pretty popular these days. Hey, you back with us now? You saved me? Save your thanks for the Moogles. I can't remember anything, past or present. You have amnesia? A man said my memory will come back. Give it time. You're safe with me. I give you my word. I won't leave you until your memory returns. By the way, this secret interest might be useful someday. Don't forget about it. Now she's just blinking her eyes and stuff, and he's giving her reassurance. One thing about this game that I remember reading a couple articles on it and research over the years is that Final Fantasy 1 through 5 was kind of a lesson for this. That's for beginners. Ask you questions about what investors your advisors. And then we go up in here. The healing place. I'm just really just kind of just grab the stuff. I don't really have to go through the tutorial things. Monster in the box. That's right. I'll make short work of him. Done and done. A lot of the Final Fantasy, excuse me, a lot of the Final Fantasies before this one really didn't have any emotions in the characters. Like they were pretty as far as like the animations and whatnot. They tried a little bit of it with starting in 4, but 5 really kind of took off with it. But then I think 6, for the 16-bit era anyway, perfected it. And you know, the next one that they made was 7, and because of the CD technology with Sony PlayStation, they were kind of able to take it, you know, leaps and bounds above what, you know, you ever could do on, you know, Super Nintendo hardware. Interesting though is if you look at, I'm about to go to the overworld now. Look, yep, out here. Interesting thing is that the game Final Fantasy VI, not that it was being developed for Nintendo 64, but there's a prototype or a demonstration of what Final Fantasy VI would look like if it was on 64. And you know, it's pretty interesting. You know, they had a battle in real time. I don't know if I ever could find the YouTube video of that. That would be nice to see that. But you know, I'm indifferent about it. You know, it's kind of like it's kind of like, you know, Square broke up with Nintendo and said, okay, we had a good relationship and it's not working out and I gotta go, and you know, and then we're going over to Sony and we're not gonna see y'all for many years. I think the next Final Fantasy that came out, the last mainline Final Fantasy was this one that came out on a Nintendo system. They haven't even put Final Fantasy 15 out on Nintendo Switch yet, which may be a possibility, but they've been remakes of the old ones like 4 and 5, 6, and pretty much all of the NES, the Super Nintendo ones have been remade for a Nintendo platform, but not any of the recent mainline ones. Like all of the Sony PlayStation ones are only on that platform unless you play them on PC. And then 11 is exclusive to Sony PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, and PC. But now the servers have been put down for Final Fantasy 11, so now you can only play 11 on the PC. But stuff like 13, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3. Final Fantasy 14, PC, PS4. And then Final Fantasy 15, Xbox One, PS4, and upcoming, Royal Edition for Final Fantasy 15 on PC. So Square Enix, please, if you're hearing this, if you're listening, please put Final Fantasy 15 on Nintendo Switch. Make it work some kind of way. I can deal with not having 60 frames per second. I only think that the original game is 60 frames per second on the current consoles. But do that. Wait. Hey, it's you, proceed. Because I'd love to be able to take that game on the go. That would be nice. You know? Beyond this Figueroa Castle, we're leaving at a moment's notice. That's dangerous. Pfft. Dangerous, my foot. I can go wherever I want. Just not over there. These thieves have been terrorizing the vicinity. Stay away from them. I remember playing this game, man, as a kid. Like, I think it took me, you know, like how it is now for games like Breath of the Wild or something, you know, or it takes you hours and hours and hours just to kind of get through and you're trying to see everything. This is how games, you know, as far as the scope for games back then was, you know, especially with JRPGs. And, you know, hopefully over time, that's what I would like to, I mean, I'm going to play everything because I have so much stuff, but I would like to specialize that in some kind of way. Because, you know, especially like stuff that like nobody plays. Let's see. I don't want to get the auto crossbow because he's going to already have that. But I will get Noise Blaster and Bio Blaster. I think Edgar automatically comes with the auto crossbow. Even if he doesn't, I can always sell it. So yeah, the Super Nintendo Classic is worth getting if you can ever find one. I mean, it's not as hard as you know, many people have, many YouTubers and people have said. Like the Walmart that I work at, like we got in, I want to say 35 to 40, and I stayed overnight after working one night just to pick one up. Had to go right back in the morning to get to work on my main job, but whatever. Because the manager didn't want to let me have it or something like that. He was saying it wasn't fair to the customers or whatever, but I got mine, and you know, I got my copy. Hold on, you mean this young woman? But anyway, Tara says, "Who do you think you are?" Oh, sorry. How rude of me to turn my back to a lady. Wow, this character's so good, man. The young king of Figaro Castle, allied to the Empire and a master designer of machinery. As you noticed, what I was saying before, with all characters in Final Fantasy VI, if you look back at 4 with those 4, and then you look at 6 with its all-star cast, every character, whenever they introduce themselves, has some pose or has something that they do, and I think that that's really what Square was looking towards. You know, Edgar's just like sitting up there like, I'm just so cool or whatever. Edgar. Alright. I'm Edgar, King of Figaro. Surprise someone like me knows a king? Talk to you later. So you're an Imperial soldier? No problem. Figaro and the Empire are allies. Please relax while you're here. It's not in my blood to harm a lady. Look, why are you helping me? Is it because of my abilities? I'll give you 3 reasons. First of all, your beauty has captivated me. Second, I'm dying to know if you're my type. If I'm your type. I guess your abilities would be a distant third. Tara's like, what's with you anyway? I guess my technique's getting a bit rusty. And he just literally just walks off. I suppose a normal girl would have found him dashing, but I'm hardly normal. Like, this Final Fantasy deals with so much stuff about, you know, self-identification and, you know, political turmoil and, you know, morality, stuff that the other games previous in the series never really dabbled in, because this game was the first to have like a steampunk kind of a feel, and I love steampunk animes and that kind of a feel to games and entertainment. Because it didn't just have castles and dragons and magic and stuff. It has all that, but, you know, it's Final Fantasy. But it had, you know, like real, you know, life-changing kind of a, you know, like or life, you know, life-thinking kind of things. And I really, you know, I enjoyed that out of this game probably more than any of the other previous ones in the series. One that is hard to go back to for me to do. It's Final Fantasy V. That's one that I've also never completed. And not because I didn't like the game per se, I just thought the story was it just didn't make any sense to me. It was very slow. And it wasn't as fun as 6 is. I think they perfected gameplay, the flow, the story, everything with 6. 5 is kind of hit or miss in many different areas. You know, yeah, X-Death is the main guy or whatever, but it's never, I don't know, I'm not, should I rest? Sure, I rest. Yeah, X-Death, but he was a tree, y'all. X-Death was a tree. Yes, it's that. A tree was the final boss, pretty much. So, 4 had, pretty much a